What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Today we're going to be talking about washed NBA players. Because it's late August and we really have nothing to talk about, and my channel's already dead, so I guess I'll put this video out. There are a lot of ways an NBA player can be washed, but I'm talking about NBA superstars and stars who are no longer in their prime and are at the tail end of their career. Think of like Celtics Shaq or Nets Kevin Garnett, Hall of Famers who are not even an ounce of what they used to be. Even these players putting on the jersey of teams they played for when they were washed just feels weird. Think about Clippers Paul Pierce or Clippers Joakim Noah. Going a little bit off script, I'm sure the Clippers still want to sign these guys. But hey, that's just my opinion. Seeing Vince Carter in a Hawks jersey just gives me chills down my back and hurts my brain. Washed NBA players are not necessarily bad. They're just not what they used to be. So, with that being said, I am going to talk about 3 washed NBA players. How could I make a video about washed NBA players without including Celtics Shaq and Nets KG? Celtics Shaq was a shell of his former self. He was slow, old, and ring chasing. To be honest, at that point, he was just there for the vibe. Shaq on the Celtics only played 37 games. He only played 2 games in the playoffs. He had calf and Achilles issues, which were plaguing him all season. In Kevin Garnett's case, it was a lot different. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Terry, and DJ White were traded for 5 players who I feel too lazy to mention, except Keith Bogans. I really like Keith Bogans for absolutely no reason. They also traded 4 first-round picks, 2 of them becoming Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. KG and Paul Pierce were washed as soon as they arrived in Brooklyn. Everyone has seen that edit of Nets KG where Outstanding from the Gap Band is playing. But if you would like to see more fire edits, check out I Am Spence on TikTok. Nets KG was averaging a whopping 6, 6, and 1. He was cheeks at this point. The Nets were supposed to be one of the best teams in the league. Now they're just stuck with a bunch of has-beens. They were favored to win 52 games that year, but the roster was so old that everything fell apart. This team got 44 wins and flamed out in the second round. The trade that sent KG to the Nets is probably the second worst trade in modern NBA history. Bottom line, Nets KG was a shell of his former self. Next, we have Hawks Vince Carter. This is Vince Carter, who's inefficient and has no bounce. But I do appreciate that he was just doing it for the love of the game. The Hawks were not good that year. This season is where the infamous "I got one more in me" NBA Twitter meme happened. He shot like 35% from the field and 30% from 3. Vince Carter's role was a locker room leadership guy for the young players on this Hawks squad. It's like how Brian Hoyer was on the Patriots to kind of help the young QBs. Hawks Vince Carter didn't really do much. He was kind of there just one last season for the love of the game. But with that is the end of the video. Please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And thank you for watching.